Good evening, everybody. Welcome into our class today. I'm Scott Morrison. Today, we're going to be talking about food truck marketing framework. So listen, if you have a food truck, a food trailer, a food business, maybe you have a pop-up shop, maybe you're doing farmers markets, a hot dog cart in the park or something along those lines, anything you're doing like that, then you are in the right spot because we're going to talk a ton about how to market your business, how to get more customers, how to get more people coming out to you. We have kind of later on, we're going to talk about a new opportunity for you, kind of the next phase of what it looks like to really market your food truck and to really get some attention, get some more customers for it. So I'm really excited for today. We've done this a couple of times and we'll just kind of dive right in and go through. I have a little presentation ready to go for you. But really here today is the goal. The goal is for you to walk away from this with a really clear framework for what exactly you should be doing to market and to promote your food business. Listen, if you have a business and nobody's coming out to buy your stuff, what's the point, right? You need to get some customers coming out, and there are some very specific ways that you can use, especially works well in the food business. And we're going to really dissect that today. And at the end of it, I want you to walk away with a very clear and clean framework about exactly what you could be doing in your unique situation, in your business. Now, I like to make this as interactive as we can. So if you're watching live on Zoom right now, you can go ahead and put any questions or comments. You can click on the chat button there, or there's also a question and answer, I believe. There's a couple of buttons there you can click on. I see as many of those, most of those, I see a bunch of them come through as we go through today. So feel free to go ahead and leave something, a comment in there if you have something you want to ask about. If a comment you want to make, please do that towards the end. We'll do some Q&A if there's enough questions in there as well. And so to test that out, to make sure you guys are doing that and paying attention here, I'd like you real quick to put into the chat, what's the number one thing you're hoping to get from today? Now, if we're watching this later, meaning you're not watching this on Zoom right now, maybe you're on Facebook Live, on Instagram Live, maybe you're watching on a YouTube channel. This will be shared in a couple different places. You can still leave a question. You can still leave a comment in there. I won't necessarily see it live, but a little bit later on, I do see as many of those as I possibly can, and I'll still respond and I'll still get back to you. So for right now, though, what's the number one thing you're hoping to get out of today? Why are you spending some time with us? Why are you looking to do this? Do you have a business? Are you looking for some help with it? Do you just kind of curious? Are you bored? Tell me what's the number one thing that you're hoping to get from our time here today as we go through this this hard time together. It'll probably be about 45 minutes or to an hour or so that we'll spend on this today. By way of introduction, I find it's helpful if I at least tell you who I am, what I've done, and why I think you should pay attention to some of the things I'll talk about today. My name is Scott Morrison. For 15 plus years now, I have owned small businesses or done my own entrepreneurial things and have worked with entrepreneurs during that period of time. A lot of it has been on the consulting / technology side of it. My forte, the things I've spent the most time with, is on the marketing side, the sales side, as well as on the strategy, the processes. So really business development more than anything was what I've really worked on. Since then, I've taken all that expertise and I've applied it into my own business. You see me standing there, the picture of me there, that's in front of our shop. It's called Snowmo Shaved Ice. It's a food trailer. It is in Orlando, Florida. We've had this for a number of years. We love it. It's as family run as it can possibly be. It's a really cool business that we built. It runs well. It's very successful. And it was a labor of love to get this thing off the ground and get it started. Started as kind of a crazy idea. It was supposed to be an idea and the side hustle or something for the kids. And then it really turned into more than that. COVID had different ideas for my career, and all sorts of things happened there that I'll get to maybe a little later on. But ultimately, we created this business. We had a ton of success in doing it. But as I was getting started, I was honestly quite frustrated. So I understand business. I understand how to get customers. I understand the marketing side. I understand the processes of businesses and all that. But I did not know the shaved ice specific side. I didn't know the food truck world. That was my first time into there. And I kept looking around for, in shaved ice specifically, what's the resource? Who's the person I can go to that I can just hire to teach me how to do this stuff, or say, hey, go do this, this, and this, and you'd be off the ground and running. And I couldn't find it. It wasn't there. So we had to do all the hard way of learning something, going through experience. I think my wife read every single page of the internet that had something to do with the shaved ice business. And we talked to other food truck owners and other shaved ice owners, and bits and pieces, we put this puzzle together. Ultimately, it was a beautiful puzzle. We're very excited for what it came out with. But it was really hard. It was really frustrating. I don't know if some of you guys can relate to that. Kind of the same thing of when you get started and you're doing something, it's like, man, this should be a lot easier than it's turning out to be. But that's the way it goes sometimes. So after we got established, I kept thinking about, well, there's got to be a better way, and we'd like to provide a better way. And so that's ultimately what I've started doing as well. A while back, we created a Facebook group. It's the Food Truck / Shop Marketing Group. It's got this week we'll hit 5,000 members. We're just under that right now. And it's a community that we created that's very specific on the marketing side of things. So how to get customers, how to do sales, those types of stuff is what we talk about. This class will end up in that Facebook group at some point. It's free to join. If you're interested at all in this type of business, just go into Facebook and search for food truck / shop marketing, and you'll find it's very easy to find. You can go ahead and join that group. But we've done a lot of really cool things with that group to really help people and help other business owners get going. It's becoming a really nice, tight community. I love spending some time in there and working with the business owners that are there. With that, we've also developed 2 very specific programs to help food truck and food business owners. The first is very specific to shaved ice. So this is the Shaved Ice Academy. And what it is, it's the A to Z. Well, frankly, what it is what I wish I had when we got started with the shaved ice business. But it's the beginning to end. It's do this and then do this and do this, and you'll open a business to be very successful. Now you need to do this and do this and do this to take care of the management of it. And then here's how to market it and here's how to grow it. And it's ideally for shaved ice businesses been in business for less than a couple of years. We do some one-on-one coaching and consulting with it, and we really help these business owners to make sure that they don't have to go through, again, the literal blood, sweat, and tears I had to go through. I sat in a county office once, maybe some of you know this too, and I literally, I think I'm manly enough to say this, I literally started crying because this lady would not approve a permit, and I didn't understand why, and it was really frustrating. Ultimately, she was able to. So what we try to do with the Academy program is make sure you don't have to go crying in a county office or figuring out what supplies I should get or something like that. We want to make the path a whole lot easier for you than it was for us. So that's the first program we created a couple of years back. The second one is this. It's Food and Ice. This is a brand new program. I'm going to talk about it on and off a little bit today. This is what I believe is the way that food truck marketing is about to be revolutionized too. This is changing the way the marketing works. And it's a website, it's a membership site. So you pay a small membership fee every month, and inside of it, you get access to hundreds of templates to help you with your marketing. There's training, there's resources, there's members perks. There's a whole bunch of things that go into it, and it really helps make sure that it's easier for you to market your business. We also give you every single month a marketing calendar. So it shows you, hey, today market this way, tomorrow do this, the next day do that, and templates that are associated with that, as well as a strategy to help you make your marketing so much easier and make life so much easier for you as you're trying to get the word out. And then it allows you to just focus on running the business side of it. We help you with the marketing side. So it's a really cool program that we've just developed. Very excited about it, very proud of it. And that's Food and Ice, just foodandIce.com. But listen, the most important part by way of introduction is this. It's my crew. It's my wife and our 5 kids. As I said, we live in Orlando, Florida. All of our family, including the youngest kids, they've had a lot to do with getting our business first up and running and doing more things with it. My 2 sons, the 2 oldest ones who are on either side of me in that picture, this weekend they're going to work an event. My daughter, she's not living at home anymore. She's 19 and moved out of the house, but she did tons in helping the business. She designed our logo. She helped us with the marketing side. Last year, I hired her to create a custom menu for the holidays and did a bunch of TikToks because I don't want to dance in front of camera. We'll talk about that. But everyone's been very influential. This isn't just something my wife and I did, but this is it. This is the most important part of my life. This is why I do all that. And mushy time is over now as I show this. So listen, that's the introduction. I just want you guys to know this too. I've done a lot of things right in my career, but man, I've done a lot of things wrong. I've screwed up probably more things than I've done right. But lots of stuff that, you kind of learn the hard way through. And I'm finding right now, I get a bunch of direct messages or emails or comments online from people asking different questions right now. And honestly, I see a lot of people doing this the hard way. They're doing marketing the hard way. They're making a bunch of mistakes. And some of those mistakes I see are this: is the first is they have no strategy on how to get customers. They've watched that, what's the movie? They've watched Field of Dreams too many times. If we build it, they will come. And unfortunately, that's not completely true in any business that I know of. You have to do more than that. You need a strategy on how to get customers. And that's something that we're trying to help people with. Or a lot of business owners are afraid of technology, specifically social media. You can't be afraid of social media anymore. You have to use it. It's just part of the job now. You have to use social media to market your business. You need to use the right tools for that. You have to, because it's where everybody is. And so you should be there. And by the way, it's free, so you can get customers coming to you. So you need to use social media. So a lot of what we're going to talk about today is using social media the right way to help you as you try to get customers coming in as well. And then one of the last things I see is the hard way is they're using really crappy content that doesn't do anything. Crappy is a very technical word I'm using here, meaning they post something, it's garbage, it doesn't work, it's not telling a story, it's not resonating, it's a blurry picture. There's a million things you can do wrong, and it's just not good. So I see this and I'm defining it the way that people are doing things the hard way. And I don't want you to have to do things the hard way. We're trying to make it easier for you so that you can focus on just being profitable and enjoying your business. And so again, that's a lot of, by way of introduction, we're going to talk about today. So listen, after 15 plus years of working with entrepreneurs, it's been through a number of different industries, there is a very specific marketing framework that will work for your food business. Now, I'm going to give you a little secret. It's not just for food businesses. What I'm going to show you, and it's on the next slide, it's the outline of what we're going to talk about for the rest of our time today. This works in other businesses, in other industries. We've done it in fitness. My wife's a realtor. It works in real estate as well. It works in kind of any other industry, what I'm going to show you. And don't let the simplicity of this scare you away or think, oh, it should be more than that. Rather, understand the principles that we're going to talk about today and then apply it. And then you can have a ton of success in doing that. So if that's all good to you and you like that, in the chat or the comments, give me a thumbs up, give me a yes, give me something. Let me know that you guys are listening. It's very odd sometimes just talking to myself, staring at a little dot on the computer screen. But let me know that you're getting this and it's resonating, you're working well. I see on Instagram, a couple people are waving there. On our Zoom, a few people saying yes. Oh, so awesome. So I got you. You guys are paying attention. You're there. So here's the framework. And we're going to go through this for the balance of our time today is what you should be doing to market your business. Okay. So the framework has 4 specific components to it: strategy, schedule, content, and tools. And so what we're going to do is we're going to dissect each of these. I'm going to explain what we mean by them and explain how you can be using these, how you can be implementing these, and then give you some specific action items and things that you can be doing to move forward as you work on this for your business as well. So the first piece of this is strategy. So what should your strategy be in order for you to really market and promote your business? All right. So with this, a couple more messages that I get, and these are the most commonly asked questions I get from business owners is this. And again, specific to the marketing side of this. So I have a business or I'm about to start my business. How should I, what do I do now? And one of them is, how do I, what should I be posting about? The next is, how often should I be posting, or what kind of content really works right now? Do I have to show my face? I'm going to give you that answer right away. Yeah, you have to show your face, and I'll explain why in a second. And then the last question I get a lot is, do I have to dance on TikTok? No, you don't have to dance on TikTok unless you really want to, although it works. But you don't have to dance on TikTok unless you want to. But the answers to all of these questions, they kind of sum up into one principle that we're going to spend some time going through today. That principle is this. It's called pillars. Okay. So pillars, as you see, this is a kind of tacky. I probably could have found a better picture for you, but pillars are holding something up. Okay. They are making things elevated. They're strong and they're holding this. In this case, it's holding that stone across the top of the screen you see there. But pillars are this. They are the foundational topics of things that you should be posting about. So as you're thinking about your strategy, it's really easy to break it down into what I'm going to show you, the 5 content pillars. So the topics that you should be posting about on a consistent basis. And then we'll dive deeper as we go through our time here today about what to do with those and how to actually implement that. So the 5 social media content pillars are these. We're going to go through all these. I'll explain a little bit about them. In a second, I'll tell you where you can, maybe if you want to take a screenshot of it, take a picture of this or something, but this will kind of help you understand what should you be posting about. So the first pillar is this. It's PPP. It's personal, people, and place. If you just want to call it personal, that's fine. So this is where I say you should show your face. This is why you should be showing your face. Posts about yourself, about your staff, about your happy customers, about your shop or your trailer or your setup or whatever you have. Those are things that build trust. People love seeing that. Now, something I harp on a lot that I'd like to kind of bring up for you here today as well. You have a very significant competitive advantage that shops that are corporate run don't have. And that is this: you have a soul. You are run by yourself or a husband and wife or a partnership or a couple or a family or a few people or some friends. it's most of your businesses are run by that. This is your heart and soul. These are mom and pop shops. They're family run. They're like our business, right? This is more than just an income. This is more than just a business. This is emotion behind it. It's a way of life. Show that, use that as an advantage. Think about like Chick-fil-A, which is a great restaurant and people love it. It's not much of a soul behind it. Yeah, there's a franchise owner, but who knows who that is and who cares who that is? Because when I go and I get my chicken sandwich, there's literally like 50 employees working in there, right? It's very different feel than what our size shops have. So use this to your advantage. Anytime we post to our social media pages pictures of our family or our team, they have the most engagement, the most likes and comments and follows and all stuff like that, because people see it's us. They see it's a family behind it. They support it. And people, I think in today's climate, I mean, let's be honest, the world's been a little crazy the last couple of years. In today's climate, I find that people tend to want to support local businesses and family-owned businesses more than they do corporate-run businesses. So use it to your advantage. So one, if not the most important pillar you should be posting about on a regular basis is yourself, is your team, is your customers, and is your shop. Okay, so that's personal posts. That's pillar number one. Pillar number two is this, your product. So what do you sell? Most of you are food businesses. You probably are selling something that tastes delicious or smells good or is amazing. Show that, make people want to crave what you offer. You could also be doing some, maybe doing t-shirts or some other things. Show that as well. You need to show what you're selling. You need to show what you're offering. So that is one of your content pillars as well, is your product. The next content pillar is logistics. So this is things that are about your business. So, when are you open? Where are you going to be at? Food trucks, for example, you might be going around from event to event or spot to spot or event or route, different routes you're on. You need to tell people you're going to be to get them excited to come. I like that about food trucks. You can kind of get some groupies, right? Kind of like a musician where you can get people following you from spot to spot. But they can only do that if they know where you're going to be. So you need posts that talk about your logistics. So other things could be as well, like catering or gift cards or reviews or sign up for our text list, or this is an event we have going on. Whatever it is, you need to be posting logistics on a regular basis so that people understand what's happening about your business. The next one is humor. This business should be fun for you. If it's not, listen, I get it's stressful. I just told you I cried when I started a business. This business has been quite stressful for me at different times as well. I'm young and have a lot of gray already. That might be the 5 kids said something there too, but listen, I get that. But ultimately, this should be something that you enjoy doing. This should be something that makes you happy. You should have a lot of fun doing this. And so let people see that as well. The best way to do that through Reels right now, we'll talk about Reels in a second, but memes. We have in Food and Ice a bunch of memes that you could be using as well. Make people laugh. If they're laughing, they're smiling, and you're thinking about you, they're going to be more likely to want to come and do business with you. So make people laugh. And then the last content pillar is engagement. If you want to take a screenshot right now real quick, guys, go ahead and do that. But engagement are posts that are designed to get people to interact with your business. So either with that post, like, hey, like this if you, or share this, or bookmark it or something like that, or send us a DM to ask us a question, or come to our shop. Like one thing we did often is we'll say, if you'd like a free sticker, come and use this code word. If you want a free topping, use this code word. So people come use this code word, and it's just a way for us to interact with our shop. So those are the 5 content pillars. Sorry, I know some of you guys on Instagram Live, you're not necessarily seeing the slideshow we're doing now, but just again, review what they are: is personal posts, product post, logistics, humor, and engagement. So those are the 5 different types of pillars that you should be posting about. So the next question with that comes is, how do I do that? Right? So it makes sense. Yeah, I should be posting about this stuff. So how do I do that? And the key is to have a schedule. So I have literally here on my desk a calendar that we use to market and to promote our business. And let me use this to say this to you guys as well. This strategy, using a schedule, is the secret that has helped us become a 6-figure food business. I know many of you are there and you want to do that. You want to be very successful. I see the numbers, doing the surveys and things that we get. A lot of people kind of tell us where they're at, and everybody wants to grow and everyone wants to do better. But using a content calendar like this, having a strategy with pillars, and then using a schedule like this has been the thing that has helped us the most. Now, admittedly, I'm not always on top of it. In fact, right now I'm behind. I have other things I've been focusing on. I'm a little behind to where I need to be. But the times when I'm on top of that and I'm using that on a consistent basis, and I walk into a week or I walk into a month and I know what I should be posting about, and even better, it's scheduled, and I'll tell you about scheduling in a little bit. But if that's there for me, my gosh, it makes my life so much easier. And that's the thing that's helped us be more successful. So here's some examples of this, a monthly marketing calendar. This is our February calendar that we put out, the March one, the April calendar that's coming out as well. And these are things that are included in our Food and Ice platform. Is every single month you get a new calendar like this and explains what you should be posting about. Let me back up real quick so we can talk about this one a little bit better. So on here, for example, we have the different 5 pillars and what you should be posting about for each of those pillars on specific days. We even add things in, like you see on there on February 11th, it says TXT-V Day. That means send a text about your Valentine's Day special is happening in February. So we give you as well text message templates that you should be sending out. You could be sending out to your community as well. Or if you want to run a contest there, we have February 22nd, 25th, you can run a contest or something to create some engagement around your business. Those are things that we give you the templates for. So this could be social media template, or it could be like words that you could be sending out. And we give you instructions on how to do that. That's all included in the Food and Ice platform. That helps you make life so much easier. So let me give you a couple of real life examples. Hopefully my technology agrees with me here. I'm going to show you 3 examples of different businesses who are local food businesses, I think are doing a really, really good job in using this type of strategy. So the first is this is Snow Days Shaved Ice. This is run by one of our Shaved Ice Academy students. They're also a member of Food and Ice. If you look at the different posts they have here, I'll just scroll up so you can see a couple of them here together. They're doing a really good job of using the different pillars in their posts. So the first one here, top left, that could be, that's both. That's personal and that's product. Top middle, that's a personal. There's somebody there. Top right is product. Across the middle row, you have a meme. Then you have a logistics post. Then you have another meme with Einstein with the tongue looking like a rainbow of shaved ice. Bottom left there, that's a logistics post that shows their location. Bottom middle, another logistics / product / personal post. They got everything there. Bottom right, a personal post. So they're doing a really good job of kind of mixing together what's happening within their business using the different content pillars. Another example, this is a friend of mine here locally in Orlando. This is Jeff's Bagel Run. They do an incredible job on their social media. I recommend following them, but you see a lot of product posts put in there. Top right, though, is closed on Easter. So even though we're days away from that, they're already setting expectations, and they're putting out a logistics post. If you go through a couple of the other ones here, the empty baskets, they do that on a daily basis when they sell out of bagels literally every single day. So they showed that there at the bottom middle, Runway to Hope. That's a logistics post that they did as well. So again, a good mix of different types of posts they're doing. If I remember right, one of the reels that was in here, the bottom, the one in the middle there that we sliced them, that was an engagement post they did to get people to engage with their brand. So a good example of that. One more quick example, the yogurt experience. This is another one of our Food and Ice members, meaning they're paying every month for our membership and they are getting templates. They're using our templates, but they're doing a really good job in using the pillars as well. So top left and the top middle, those are both product. Top right, that is a personal post that talked about their origin story. Post your origin story. Do it frequently as well. Tell them why you got started, where you're at. They talk about I believe they're talking about cancer in there as well. So being very vulnerable, very real about what's happening with their family. They share that on their social media. And it's a really good way to build a relationship with your community. Across the middle row, that's a mix of product / logistics post. Bottom, the same type of thing, product / logistics post. So just again, the yogurt experience, another really good example of how they are using the different pillars to promote their business. All right. So that is scheduled for you guys. Any questions, go ahead and please put in the chat, put it in the comments, and I'll be happy to address those if you have them as we go through today as well. Now, next part we're going to talk about is content. Okay, so I've already explained to you a strategy and I've explained to you a schedule. Now you need to have some content to use, okay? And so the question that comes up there is, well, what content works best? And ultimately, there's 3 different types of content that we're going to go through, and they have different purposes and they all work best for different reasons, okay? So the first one is Reels. Reels today, and so I'm talking about Instagram Reels / TikTok. Those are by far the best way to get in front of new followers, new consumers, have a bigger reach than you have today. When I say that, I'm sure a few of you, your palms are sweating right now because you don't want to stand and stare at a camera, or you don't want to do anything like that, and it feels a little scary. But the truth is, reels are really effective for you. And there's ways you can use reels that aren't as scary as having to point at things in the air or spend tons of time editing. We explain some of that in Food and Nice. We have some different reels that you can use as templates, but this is a really the best way today to get out further. Some evidence of that. Instagram this year has earmarked $1 billion with a B that they will give to influencers and to certain accounts who are posting reels. So you can earn a bonus between it's a couple $100 and $35,000 based on how much engagement's on your reels. It's an invite only thing. I don't know how to get into there necessarily. All I know is you get an invitation if you meet certain criteria. They don't tell you what that criteria is, but I say that all is just an indicator of how important reels are right now to Instagram. So the best thing you can do is jump on that trend to use reels, and that's going to help you get in front of more people. The next type of content that works great right now is posts. Posts are good. Just the old fashioned like picture, like the examples I just showed you, some posts like that. That's the best way to connect with people who are already following your brand. Right now, if you go into Instagram, create a new post, depending where you're at, it'll explain that to you, that reels are better for reach. Posts are good to interact with your brand and go deeper. And you need to do this a lot. You know, in sales and marketing, there's a lot of stats out there, but it's somewhere between like 7 and 12 times somebody has to see your brand, or you need to keep following up with them before they'll even come try you for the first time. So you need to be in front of them over and over again. So that's why you need to be posting on a consistent basis, so that people who are following your brand already, they're going to be more likely to come and check you out. And the last type of content that works really good right now is stories. Stories are the 20, they only live for 24 hours. It could be more raw and real. It can be kind of the behind the scenes. It doesn't have to be as polished, but stories are really a great type of content that's going to help you, help you really maybe have a bit of a more personality. Again, it's not as polished. And the reason why those are important is because people consume Instagram differently. A while back, I read a study about this. It was about 50-50 between posts and stories about people want to watch most on Instagram and Facebook for that matter. 50% posts, 50% stories. So you need to be in both spots. And the nice thing about stories is you can just share your posts, you can share your reels to your stories, or you can do a quick behind the scenes thing. It doesn't have to be too complicated or too in depth, but it's something that you need to be doing on a regular basis, is to do those 3 different types of things. So I guess the question comes with that then is, well, what's the best way to create content? And to do that, I'm going to transition into our last portion we're going to talk about today, in the last section of our framework, which is tools. Okay, I'm going to show you 3 tools that are the most important tools, at least in my opinion, to be promoting your business. By the way, I use these literally every day. These 3 tools, these 3 resources, they're inexpensive. As of today, a combined total to use these 3 tools is $25 a month. That's not a lot. So they're there for you to help you, and they're not going to break the bank. They're not overly complicated for you to use as well. So the first is Food and Nice. That's the platform that we've talked about, that we've made available for you. And Food and Nice is where you can go in and you can create content, and you can edit it a little bit. And I'll show you here an example. We're going to go through a demo of that. But Food and Nice is your membership platform where you're going to get a ton of content. You're going to get the ideas. You're going to get the strategy. You're going to know the pillars. You know what to be doing on a daily basis. And we're going to give that to you. And then you can go make your templates, and then you're going to edit your templates inside of Canva. Canva, there's a free version, there's a paid version. Free version is excellent. It's really, really good. You don't have to necessarily use the paid version unless you want some deeper tools. But Canva is the best way to create graphics and design and template or posts and things like that for your businesses inside of Canva. And then with that is to use Facebook Business Suite. I'm shocked how many business owners don't even know they have Facebook Business Suite or what it is. I think Facebook's done a pretty crappy job, and use that word again. They've done a bad job or crappy job in helping people understand what Facebook Business Suite is. But it's a really powerful tool. I'll show you real quick here a demo of what that looks like as well. So let's jump into the demo. Again, let's pray the technology works. So far, it's been good for me today. So we're going to log in, and we're going to look at here first is the members dashboard of Food and Nice. Okay, so when you're a member, you can log in and you go into this dashboard. There's a nice video, and there's a couple different places you can go. What I'm going to show you real quick here is modules. So modules is what we have built into the site, where we have a ton of different categories. And by the way, this is just the beginning. We're going to be adding a ton more of categories and resources and so forth inside of this platform as we go along. But for now, this is kind of what you get started with, is the different platforms, these different modules. to help you market and promote your business. So today I want to do something to promote my business on social media. So you go to the Social Media Design Center, and laid out in here, we have the different pillars that we talked about earlier, and more they're going to be adding into, by the way. But I think, you know what, today I want to post something, a product post. So I'll go in and click on product, and you'll see a bunch of templates that are going to load up for you. Then you can go through this and you can scroll through and you can pick out which one of these templates you want to use now to promote a product for your business. Maybe you want to do something personal. I'm going to go in and look at personal posts as well. Same type of thing is set up for you. When we launched the site a couple of weeks ago, we have, as we're at today, we have over 150 different templates put in here. That's both image templates as well as like text message templates and memes and all sorts of different templates that are ready to go for you. And you can go through here and you can pick which one of these you want to use to really promote your business. So some of them, like for example, the Meet the Team here, for example, we're in the middle there where it's a big cloud. That's where you put a picture of your team. I don't have that. I can't take a picture of yourself or your team or your product. You would just need to slide that in, but it's super easy to do. All you do is you click on Customize in Canva. Canva is going to load here. If you have an account, it's going to dump this directly into your Canva account already. If you don't have a Canva account, you can sign up for one. Again, you can use the free version for that. You click on Use Template, and now it's going to push that template into your Canva account. Now, this is unique because we have an exclusive relationship with Canva. We signed a partnership deal with them that our templates are only available through our site, but can be edited inside of Canva. So if you go to Canva and you search for our templates on their version, it's not going to be there for you. It's only going to be available through our site, but once you access it through our site, it's saved inside of your Canva account. And then in here, you would just put in your picture. If you want to change the colors, if you want to change Meet the Team to something else, if you want to change the food here, whatever you want to make some updates for it real quick, you can do that for it. By the way, you don't have to. You can just put a picture in if you want to. And then it's ready to go. You click on the share button and you download it and you'd save it. And from there, you're going to walk it over into Facebook. I'm going to pull up here the planner real quick, and you would create a new post using that image. I won't load it in because sometimes it goes a little slow as I'm doing a video. And I think in the house, we have a bunch of people right now. I'm sure they're watching some different things as well. But you'd go into here and use Facebook's Business Suite scheduler, and you'd create a post that's going to, you put in the image, you put in a caption, and then you can schedule it. I'm sorry, it's going really slow right now, but you can schedule it then for whenever you'd like this to be posted. So here we are looking at, you'd slide in your image. Here you update your text. If you want to put hashtags on there, if you want to put a location, if you want to do a couple of posts, a couple of images in the same thing, whatever it is you want to do, you can go ahead and get it ready to go in Facebook Business Suite. Facebook, this is all free, by the way. Facebook doesn't charge for this. Once you have it set, you can either do optimal times. I liked optimal times because that is Facebook and Instagram knowing the data of the people who are following your account, meaning knowing their hours, their characteristics, or whatever they're doing, and it'll schedule that post, what's optimal time for the most people to see it for you. And then the really cool thing with it is it'll automatically post for you. So remember I mentioned a few minutes ago, the great feeling of walking into a week or even a month with all of your content scheduled and ready to go. This is where you do that. You go ahead and schedule it all up for you, and then you don't have to think about it anymore. And the nice thing about using Facebook Business Suite versus using some other apps is that it'll automatically post for you. So you don't need to think about, oh, that's right, I need to go at 9 o'clock today or whatever time today and post something. Facebook Business Suite does that for you automatically, and it posts your content, which, my gosh, that feels so good. It's so nice to be scrolling through and seeing your content that automatically got posted, that was ready to go. So can you see the power of this though, guys? Can you see the real power of using these three different platforms together, using Food and Ice, picking whatever templates or whatever content you want to use, then using Canva to make a couple edits to it, then using Facebook Business Suite to go ahead and schedule it. Literally, like, this process would take you less than a minute or two to create different content and get it scheduled and get it ready to go out the door. It's so easy and so powerful to use it that way. So those are the three tools that I highly recommend. So real quick, I'm going to go back to review, and then we're going to go in a few other things here, but the four main components of your marketing framework is strategy, schedule, content, and tools. And we've gone through each of those different pieces for you today and how you can use them exactly. So on the Food and Ice platform, I'll take a moment or two to talk about that and see a couple of questions that come through as well. If you have other questions you'd like to ask, feel free to put them in now. This is kind of last call for questions, and I'll be happy to address them before we wrap up our time here today. But the Food and Nice platform, what it really does is every single month you get that marketing strategy, you get that calendar on how to, what you should be posting connected to the pillars on a daily basis. From there, we give you content templates. New content templates are always being added, but there's a library for you already that's set up for it. There's education, training center, and perks and benefits. I'll dive into that here in a second. But there's the calendar again and how it syncs up with Canva. And then every month you have access to this, your template vault. So this is where what we just showed you a second ago, the modules. We have all these different types of templates that are ready to go for you. A bunch right now, they're very marketing focused, and a lot of them we're going to do is marketing focused. But coming soon, we're going to have other things you may need templates for as well, like checklists, for example. So as my employee comes in for the day, what should they be doing? You should have a checklist for them. When they close for the day, you should have a checklist for them so it's predictable and they're doing the same things. That's the way you don't have to work in your business anymore, because you've trained your employees and you have checklists for them. So you give them that, you give them the resources for that. Shop signs as well. So this is things you might want to hang up in your shop. This could be follow us on social media or hours, or even like labels for your bottles or your drawers or your trays or whatever it might be. We have templates like that will load in the site for you down the road as well. The other cool thing I like about this is the requested templates. So let's say you have something you'd like to have a template made for. You can request it from us. It's not a complete on-demand thing, but it's something that we'll go through. And if there's other things you'd like to have available, we can make a library of templates of that for you as well. So then that way you can have the things that are specific, that are most helpful for your business also. Next thing from there, we're building, it's kind of the Netflix for food truck business owners. So this is a training and resource center that was going to have a bunch of different types of topics of videos, worksheets, templates you should be using, just some instruction in how to run your business more. Yes, a lot of it will be in-depth marketing stuff, but other pieces of well is going to be more about just general business training or how to grow your business, or even things we listed down here like location scouting. A lot of you who have food businesses or food truck businesses, you're trying to find that one spot you can stay at, like we did for our business. We have one spot we stay at. So we have a training that we walk you through on how to do that, how to scout the location, how to find who owns it, how to negotiate with them, how it's a fair deal, how to get everything set up and put into place. So we give you training on that, or how to negotiate that. All these different types of trainings that we're going to have available for you on the platform also. The next piece that we're building in as well is members, perks, and discounts. So this could be like apps and so forth, like the three that are listed here: Gusto, Hurdler, and Homebase. Those are apps that we use in our business. As many of those as we can, we're negotiating either perks or discounts or something because you're a member. For example, Gusto, if you go through our, if you're a Food and Nice member, you go through our site and you go through our link, you get a $100 gift card for using their app and trying it out. So things like that, we're negotiating or trying to get set up for you. But then also, who should we go to get information about things? Insurance and accounting are two of the main things that I see a lot. So we're going to have different individuals that you can go and access. We don't get anything for that, by the way. I just want you to know, hey, here are the right people to go to and get different questions that are answered. So all these different pieces are built into the membership for you. All of it's, really powerful and really helpful for you to help you grow your business. Now, we're doing something really unique right now. It's the founding member opportunity. Here's what I mean by that. This is all brand new, guys. I just launched this a couple of weeks ago. It's been an idea I've been playing with for a while. I've been working on building it for a little bit, but this is something that is brand new. And so anyone who joins by a certain time, I'll tell you what that date is here in a minute, you're a founding member, meaning you are the first and you get some extra perks that come with it as well. We had a bunch of founding members that came in already. This is just a couple of them, but we did a few classes a couple of weeks ago, and a whole bunch of new founding members came in during that stretch, and they get the perks we're going to talk about here in a second. But being a founding member is a really cool opportunity. First of all, you're the first. You get this access. You get it first. You can use it first. You can be the first one in your market doing different things like that. And there's always a lot of advantage of being the first. The other part of it is this. This is probably the things that people are getting the most excited about, is discounted pricing. Right now, everything I just talked about and showed you, it's just $25 a month. That's it. It's not overly expensive. It's not something that's going to break the bank. It's $25 a month to have a marketing strategy done for you, to have content and templates ready to go for you, and to have a whole vault and a whole library of things ready to go. You have training resources as well, and a whole bunch of other pieces that are put in for you. And as a founding member, you get in for just $25 a month. And on top of that, I'm locking your price in for life. So down the road, there will be price increases for people who sign up after the founding member opportunity. You will not have to worry about that. If you come in now, as you come in as a founding member, you will get this price locked in for good. And you're going to receive some other surprise bonuses that no other members are going to know about. So these could be additional trainings, things mailed to you, could be some really customizable or unique or really cool templates. Could be me coming out to your shop and spending some time with you, or some consulting calls or some one-on-one time. There's a bunch of things that founding members will get. And again, people who are not founding members are never even going to hear about it because they're not a founding member. Only the founding members will have access to it. So the founding member opportunity, though, has a deadline on it. It's April 20th. By April 20th, so at 11:59 p.m. on April 20th is when the founding member opportunity goes away. If this all is something that you want to try, or if you're interested, or you want to get some more information on, just go to foodandnice.com/join. I'm putting it into the Zoom chat right now. We'll put it in the other chats a little bit later on. But foodandnice.com/join is where you can go in and you can join as a founding member and get started. Now, let me explain kind of the vision and the why behind all this stuff. I think it's important for you to understand that. As I talked about in the beginning of this, when we started our business, there was a lot of growing pains. And so part of this is to help with that, is to make it easier for you so you don't have to struggle as much when you get going, and also when you're established. But the other part of it is a bit more emotional, especially for me. I can't tell you how many different businesses I've worked with, or how many different business owners I've talked to, like thousands of them. And for many, it's heartbreaking hearing about how hard it is, or a lot of them don't make it. A lot of them aren't able to stay in business. And there's some simple principles. If you do these principles that I just talked about today, it's going to make your life a lot easier. You're going to be more successful, more likely to be successful in your business. And so I want to help with that. That's a big reason why we built this platform. Is I kept thinking about, what's the best way to help these business owners, but not make it like so they can't afford it? What's the best business model we can put together? Where's the way we can fund the whole thing? How can we put this all together? And that's why the membership platform is put in place there for you. So you're paying an inexpensive fee every month, but with it, you're getting a ton of resources and a ton of things to make your business more profitable, make you a better business owner, and help you have more customers coming in. The vision behind it, shortly having hundreds of members, later having thousands of members. So I see this becoming a really big and very cool community. We'll do different community things when we're ready for that. And this is going to be something that you don't feel like you're on your own, but rather you're part of a family, you're part of communities, part of the vision, what we're building. It's really exciting to do this. The timetable for everything, I want to set proper expectations as well. As you get started right away, you have access to the monthly marketing calendar. You get that right away. Marketing templates, we have the first 150 are available. They're in the site already. The content vault, there's a bunch in there already, but that's growing on a regular basis. So it's not complete by any stretch of the imagination. The first wave of things are in there, but a lot more is going to continually being added. So as you get in, just know there's a ton there already, but it's even more. It's going to be a lot more that's going to come in, as well as the training tutorials, that Netflix section I talked about. I don't have much in there yet because we want to keep creating and putting in better content, and we have a lot of content we're getting ready. So that will be available soon. You won't have access to that immediately. And then even the members perks section, that's just in its beginning phase of that. More and more will be added. So I want to set expectations for that as you get an incredibly valuable resource today, and it's going to keep getting more valuable as you are a member for an extended period of time. The site will be updated continuously. So we live close to Disney World. There's a famous quote by Walt Disney. I should have it memorized verbatim, but something to the effect of Disneyland will never be complete. We'll always be adding to it. It's the same idea of this. This site will keep being complete. It will keep being added to. And if you're a founding member, there's not going to be a rate increase when more things are added into it. It's going to be the same rate for you. So listen, guys, here's my guarantee for you. Sign up today. If you don't like it, you can cancel it at any time. There's not a contract. There's not an extended period of time. You don't have to be a member for X amount of months. You can come in for a month. If it's not for you, you can cancel, move on. I don't see that necessarily happening. I see you're getting a lot of value from it, but I want you to have some comfort in knowing that if you come in and for whatever reason it's not the right thing for you, we're not stuck in, you fill out a little form and cancel and we move you on. But I guess the real question is this: is it worth gambling an order or two to check this out? What I mean by gambling an order or two, it's $25. You should be able to make that in an order or two at your food truck. It's not a lot that we're asking for here in order to do it. I think it's worth the risk. I think it's worth trying it to see if it's going to make more sense to you, to see if it's going to be beneficial to you, if there's going to be value for you to go in and try it out. So real quick again, foodandnice.com/join. You go in there, you become a founding member, and I think you'll have a lot of value and a good time as you're part of this. So listen, guys, that is all I have for you today. If you have questions on things, if you have anything else you'd like me to touch base on, feel free to send me a direct message. I'm on Facebook, on Instagram. Mr.Scomo is my Instagram account on there. Pretty easy to find on Facebook. If you're part of a Facebook group, I'm very active in there as well. But please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be glad to help you out, answer any questions you might have, or help you grow your business and run your business. But for now, go join foodandnice.com/join. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again soon.